crisis? How has it changed your view of Sir Keir as a Labour leader, as a possible PM? Let's turn first to Martin Abrams, who's member of the executive of grassroots campaign group Momentum, joins me now. I won't ask how you think Sir Keir emerges from this, but just more broadly, his handling of this issue. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Nick, and thank you for having me on. Well, it's clear that Sir Keir Starmer's authority has been completely shot to bits overnight. And, what we need to recognise is the bravery of those shadow cabinet ministers that recognise that they really needed to stand on the side of humanity, and the 56 Labour Party MPs that also voted for a immediate ceasefire, because the position that Labour is trying to put forward and Keir Starmer is trying to put forward is politically and morally untenable. A humanitarian pause. What even does that mean? Let a little bit of aid in and then continue bombing them. We can't call half time on this. We need an immediate ceasefire, and that means an immediate stop to all bombings, to all violence on both sides, so that we can then progress a way forward to get us a lasting peace. A humanitarian pause does nothing about that, and I'm really heartened to see so many Labour MPs last night stand up for that. I am also disheartened to see 140 Labour Party MPs basically turn their back on humanity and abstain on that vote.
Martin, you say authority shot to bits. None of the shadow cabinet went against him. I agreed, Jess Phillips is a very powerful force within the party, but it could have been a heap worse. Come on.
Well, listen, actually, Nick, this really does go beyond politics, this. And, what we really need to see is politicians recognise that, that humanitarianism should come way before their future political career. And quite a few Labour MPs did recognise that last night, but it's just a real shame that none of the shadow cabinet, and most importantly Keir Starmer, doesn't recognise that, because we are seeing a humanitarian catastrophe, Nick. We've seen over 11,000 Palestinian civilians died. We've seen almost 5,000 Palestinian children died. And, I've said all along in this conflict, the terror attacks that happened on the 7th of October were absolutely abhorrent and shameful. But you cannot justify a terror attack with more terror attacks. And that is what we are seeing happening in Gaza at the moment. It is terrorism inflicted on the Gazan population on an epic scale. And how many dead people is too many?
All right, Mark, I had to go because it's the political aspect I want to say, but I'm grateful for your input. Martin Abrams, you're with Momentum. You're part of the executive. I just want to say a caveat. The figures that Mr. Abrams quoted are from Hamas, which is one death is too many. But remember, it's almost also Hamas that told us that Israel had bombed a hospital about 3 weeks ago, and it was one of their own shells that didn't get airborne. So the figures, and I'm not disputing that people have died, and it is horrific deaths on both sides, I do think they have to come with a listening warning that they are supplied by Hamas. Fiona Sharp is with Labour Against Anti-Semitism. Turmoil, a party reeling in disorder. Fiona Sharp, is that what you recognise this morning? Good morning.
Good morning. No, I don't. I think it was clearly